I make of it that these executives are all probably LeBron lovers.
Oh, stop it, Skip.
They resent the fact that Kyrie wanted out of Cleveland because he just didn't like playing with LeBron James. So they're holding that against Kyrie. They're being overly critical of Kyrie, and I get it. He doesn't play great defense until it's really time, and when he's asked to, as he will be in Boston next year by Brad Stevens, that he'll shock people with how well he can play defense, because I thought 2 years ago in the finals against Steph, he was really good on defense. But you know what I love about all this?
What?
It comes down to this question. Overrated, underrated Kyrie Irving. Did playing with LeBron James help him, or did it hinder him? I'm going to go hinder. I'm going to go, now that he's set free from LeBron, now that he is the man in Boston, now that, by the way, Mr. Sharpe, he embraced the opportunity to go to the arch rival and stay in the Eastern Conference so he could go head-to-head, face-to-face, nose-to-nose with one LeBron James, probably in the Eastern Conference Finals. I love it. I think he embraced the opportunity to show you, Mr. Sharpe, that he is better than LeBron James as far as leading a team that will now eclipse LeBron's team. I'm not saying he's a better overall player, but that he can be the man, that he can dethrone LeBron in the East. He could have said, hey, I want out of here, but get me to the West. Let me go to Phoenix. Let me go somewhere else. But no, when presented the opportunity, and it sounded like he had sort of de facto what do you call it, veto power of the trade, that he said, oh, I'd love to go to Boston.
No, the only veto power he had is whether or not he would sign a long-term deal. He didn't have, LeBron James has no trade.
No, I got it, but he said, I will commit long-term to Boston, right? Yeah. And by the way, my Spurs really wanted Kyrie Irving, just for the record.
And then he wanted to go to the Spurs also.
He did?
Because Boston Celtics, I'm looking at my list says Spurs, Minnesota, the Knicks, and the Heat. Those were the teams. I mean, I'm looking for Boston. Can you pull up and see if Boston was on that original list? Go ahead.
Yeah, but again, that's an Eastern Conference team, not a Western Conference team, because he wants a little piece of LeBron here.
Why didn't he say the Nets?
So what are we looking at here in Kyrie Irving? Well, he became the closer of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Did Michael Jordan need a closer? I never heard that. You know, that's just...
This is not Michael Jordan. This is Kyrie. What did the execs say?
Okay, I don't care what they say. I know what I think. Because in his career, in overtime games, Kyrie Irving has hit 48 of 50 free throws. That's just extraordinary. That's 96% of his free throws. LeBron career overtime regular season is 74%, which is not bad, but it's not Mount Rushmore.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I mean, looking at your notes right there, how many of those overtime games came in his first 3 years when LeBron wasn't there?
I don't know.
Okay.
What did your research?
No, that's not for me to say.
I don't really care.
You gonna let me have a turn?
I'm just getting started. You going to let me finish?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, who hit the shot of shots to win Game 7 of the finals in 2016? Game 7? Oh, it was Kyrie Irving. And then Christmas Day, who hit the shot of shots in the big marquee national game on this last Christmas Day? Oh, wait, it was Kyrie Irving beat Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors with a walk-off shot over a great defender in Klay Thompson. So, now we got a Kyrie Irving that had a chance to close Game 3 of the finals, which was the turning point of this past finals, but nope, LeBron took it upon himself for the last 5 possessions. He said, nope, get out of my way. I'm going to make this happen. And they blew a 4-point lead with 1.5 minutes left in a game in which Kyrie did score 38 points on 16 of 29. He didn't make his 3-point shots.
How many LeBron had?
0 for 7, I forget.
You ain't forget.
Then the one game that Cleveland won in last year's finals, Kyrie scored 40. And then the greatest show I think I've ever seen put on in a regular season game post-Michael Jordan. I guess Kobe's had a couple of them, but listen.
Don't you say that Spurs game.
That Spurs game, you want to talk about extraordinary? He scores 57, Kyrie did. They're draped all over him, and he hits a buzzer-beating three to send it to overtime. It was like 57 points, stunning. Even you have admitted when he was on your team, because he was unk.
He's still on.
No, yeah. You say it sarcastically, derisively, yeah. Best shot maker in basketball, best handle in basketball. I think as clutch as anybody in basketball, Russell Westbrook impressed me this year, but I don't think he's as clutch as this kid is. So now he's got his chance, and he wants to show that he can out LeBron. So I'm just going to stick on Team Kyrie, except that team's now the Boston Celtics.